it's me again. I did a vote on Instagram and I asked if you guys wanted to see another makeup or if you wanted to hear a life story. So I think I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna be doing my makeup while I talk about a life story. I'm gonna just let you guys know about my brother, my best friend at that time, and I caught by the police. Let's get started. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Give it a like, comment, whatever you want. Just give me some ideas what you want to see next. My brother, my best friend at that time, and I decided to be rebels, or yeah, rebels. I don't know. Is that how you say it? Yeah, we decided to be rebels. There you go. At that time, and just cross the street without looking both ways, or just cross the street in general. So I live in Colorado at that time. I was about I want to say maybe 14 or 15. My best friend at that time, we would do everything together. We would do so many crazy things, and I loved her. Well, I still love her. Hey, you know who I'm talking about. I love her so much, and I mean, we still talk once in a while. We were coming from I want to say the store, but okay, so the thing was that where I lived, we were at a apartment complex, and right across the street there was like, I think, a laundromat. There was a Mexican restaurant, which I don't know what we were doing across the street, to be honest. So my brother decides to, or we decide to go across the street to do I don't know what, because we were broke. I mean, I'm still broke, but you know what I mean. I was always the one little girl at school that was always broke. And I had this one friend, oh my gosh, she's awesome. But anyways, that's a story for later on. So yeah, my brother and I and my friend, we went across the street to do I don't know what. We decided to go back home because it was getting late. It was maybe like 7 or 8. Yeah, I think it was 7 or 8, and it was getting dark outside. So we decided to cross the street. The street light, let's say the street light was like, it was like 10 feet. It was like 10, yeah. It was like 10 feet probably. We just had to literally walk 10 feet and we were at a street light. We were lazy and we thought we could get away with anything. So we were like, hey, let's just cross right here. I mean, we don't have to walk 10 feet. So we decided to cross the street. And when I was younger, I thought that when I crossed the street, I was so cool that I didn't have to, like, you know, look both ways, you know, or care if a car's coming. I would just walk. I was one of those people that would just walk. And so I did. So we all did. I would always encourage my friends to just walk when we're crossing the street. I don't know why. Even if a car was coming, I'm like, they have to stop. I was that kind of girl. I look back and I'm just like, just gonna do a quick look, because still gonna take it off anyways after this. My house is so damn hot, you have no idea. Oh my god, try living in Arizona with a cooler. It's the worst idea you could ever think of. So just a tip, if you want to move to Arizona or Phoenix or whatever the hell you want to call it, do not get a house with a cooler, because you will regret it. I encourage my friends to just walk. So as we're crossing the street, at the, you know, almost at the intersection, I want to draw a map so bad. Oh my god, I'm one of those people. We're in the intersection. I don't know how many times I said this already. Like, oh my god, I am so bad at telling stories, especially when you know, some of you are not gonna know what I'm talking about, and you're just gonna be like, girl, we've never been there, so give us a better example. And I'm trying to Maybe by the end I'll draw a little diagram. Yeah, I think I am. But right now I'm not about to get up and get a pen and paper and draw you a whole map. And okay, when we're crossing the street, the people coming towards us get a green arrow. So when they get a green arrow, you know, when the arrow comes up, they come towards us. I hope you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, they're coming towards us, and me, as I'm always the one always talking, I tell my brother and my friend, I'm like, hey, just walk. Why are you guys running? And they're like, oh yeah, okay. So they decide to walk like me, like idiots. And now it's so funny because now that I drive and I see somebody walking, I'm like, get off the damn street. It pisses me off. Anyways, did I seriously do this before concealing? Oh goodness. Okay, I need concealer. So yeah, I'm like, okay, don't do anything, guys, just walk. And they're like, okay. So you know, they always obey me, and they're like, okay, let's walk. You guys should have known better. So yeah, as I said, we start walking, and those people that get the green light, they come towards us. I believe it was like a expedition and in a truck. So anyways, they come towards us, and you know, when you're doing a left turn, and there's like in the middle of that street where we were crossing the street, there's like that pavement, you know, that they have where you know, like right in the middle of the street, there's like this pavement kind of, it's not a sidewalk, but do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like that middle thing people's, I don't know, I like to say people stand on it, but I don't think you're supposed to stand on it. But it divides the lines, the opposite lanes. You know, as we're crossing the street, whenever I turn to the left, sometimes when there's that pavement on the middle of the road, I can't see. So I didn't realize that till I started driving. So anyways, as we're crossing the street, those two SUVs come towards us, and they brake, and the rest of the cars start braking. So we're just walking like we don't care. But what we didn't realize is that at the corner, or the opposite side of those cars, the cars that were coming towards us, on the opposite side, there was a cop right in the corner looking at us the whole time. So first of all, I'm pretty sure he was thinking, what the hell are these little teenage people doing, you know, almost at night? I know it wasn't our curfew, but, and second of all, what the were they thinking? So as we make it to the middle of the lanes, we make it to the middle. As soon as we make it to the middle and all the cars go, the cop turns on his lights. I'm shitted at that time. Excuse my language, but I am scared to death, because I am such a scaredy cat with cops. I am. I see one, and even behind me when I'm driving, and I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna get me. I always think they're after me, even though if I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm doing everything right, you know, I'm driving everything, I still think they're gonna get me. So as we make it across, he turns on his lights, and he comes towards us, and we're still standing there. So obviously we don't go or run or anything, we just stay there. So he comes, and he stops, and he comes out of his car, or he actually tells us, come here. And we're just like, you know, I'm about to like just say, no, I didn't do anything, I swear. So, but I didn't, because I was tough, you know. Okay, so I was rudely interrupted by my phone, but as I was saying, he tells us all, come here. So as we go, oh, I think this thing looks so light and white. Oh my god, I'm already sweating. I need to hurry up and do this because I'm sweating already. Like I said, don't live in Phoenix, please. Then he's like, come here. Coming towards him, I'm thinking, ooh, we are in trouble. We're probably gonna go to jail. My mom's never gonna go for us. My mom's gonna be so mad. Oh, I was done. I was like, Jasmine, why you gotta be so stupid? But then at the same time, I'm like, they can't do shit to me. We approach him, and as I'm getting blinded by the siren, because he apparently does not turn off the damn siren. I'm blinded the whole time. I can't even see him straight. Like, he's like, look at me. And I'm just like, you know, I'm seriously trying not to close my eyes the whole time because the siren is literally in my face. And he's like, what are you guys thinking crossing over like that? And I'm like, what? Like, he's like, what are you guys thinking? And I'm like, what? You know what I just noticed? My wall is dirty. Oops, excuse it. And I think my son was playing there. I don't know. Whatever. I tried. I have a 2-year-old. He's about to be 3 though. Yeah. Ooh. On July 5th, guys. So be prepared. Because I ain't gonna do shit. Just kidding. Hey guys. So I ended up just doing my makeup because my phone got too hot. So I was just like, okay, might as well just finish my makeup, finish the story, because it was taking forever to tell it. So anyway, so basically after the cop pulled us, told us to go towards his car, he asked if we knew what we did. So I said, well, we all said no. And then he was like, did you know that 2 SUVs stopped for you guys? You know how badly that could have ended if they didn't stop? And we were just like, no. And then they're like, you know what? I'm gonna leave this as a warning, and if I see you guys doing this again, I'm gonna take you. And I was like, no, you can't take us. And my brother, like, he was one of those kids that didn't care at all. Like, he still doesn't care. You could tell him whatever you want and he doesn't care. Like, that's how bad it is. But anyway, so with my best friend, she I think they were both very bad when we were small. I think I was like kind of like a little normal than them, but I was still bad. I don't think I was as bad though. I think maybe, I don't know. If anybody that knew me when I was small, leave me a comment. I was bad, but I don't know. I consider myself bad, but not to that extreme, maybe. So anyway, the cop lets us go, and he says, okay, so don't cross the street. You guys were literally 10 feet away from the damn street light, so why did you not cross through that? So we didn't have an explanation, so he let us go. And then as we crossed the other half of the street, because we were on the middle of the pavement where the street is, so as we were crossing, my brother, in his sarcastic butt, he starts saying, oh, well, now we know that next time we need to cross through the street light. And he would always be so sarcastic and will always make my friend and I laugh. Like, we would always laugh at him. And as soon as he said it, we started cracking up. So this cop had, like, I don't know, wolf ears or something, and he's like, come back. And I'm like,
Nobody.
He's like, okay, you three come back. And I'm like, and I was scared. Like, to this point, I was like, they're gonna take us. I wanted to cry. I was a big crybaby. I think that crying got me out of so many things. But anyway, so we go back to the cop, and he's like, you go in my car. He told my brother that, okay, you go in my car for being a smart ass. And I'm like, oh my God, what? And I'm like, you can't take him. Why are you taking him? And then he's like, and you, are you a sister? And I was like, yes, I'm his sister. And then he's like, go in the car too. And I'm like, what? Why? I didn't do anything. And then he's like, I don't care. Go in my car. And I'm like, but he's the one that said it. I didn't do anything. He's like, for laughing. And I'm like, oh my God. So then I go in the damn car. I guess he asked the same thing to my friend. Are you related to them? Yeah. And then she's like, no, I'm just their friend. And he's like, okay, you could go. So my friend didn't even think about it twice. She literally just ran home. Like, she crossed the street really quick, went home. And inside the car, as he's talking to my friend, inside the car, my brother and I are having a moment. I'm like, you freaking idiot. I knew it. You're stupid. I am so mad at you. I was going off. Like, he was at this point, he was like, shut up, you idiot. He's gonna hear us and this and that. And I'm like, I couldn't stop. I was nervous. I was scared. I'm like, I'm gonna go to juvie. I'm gonna do this. And this is gonna happen. Like, I was thinking of the worst case scenario. I'm like, they're gonna take my brother. I was scared. So once the cop comes in, I need to tell you about the experience in the back of the car. So in the back of the car, as we go in, I usually have the tendency of, when I go into a car, throw myself on the seat. Like, I just don't think about it. I just like kind of just sit down. So when I sat down, they were made of plastic. I don't know if you've ever been in a cop car before, in the back, but that cop car the backseat was plastic. That was so hard. It hurt my butt. I couldn't even sit down straight in there. Like, I was kind of like slouching because I was like sleeping the whole time I was in there. As the cop comes in the car, we just stay silent. We don't talk. We don't do anything. And I didn't know what to do. So the cop's like, where do you guys live? And I'm like, right there, like literally. And then I thought he was gonna let us go. I'm like, ooh. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna take you home. And I'm like, no, you can't. And coming from a Hispanic family, it's, I was scared. Like, Hispanics know how scary that is. And I'm like, no, you can't. And then he's like, yes, I can. So I'm gonna take you home. And I was, oh my goodness, I didn't know what to do. I literally, at that point, I was like, just take me to jail. I don't want you going to my house. He takes us to our house, and he actually lets us, get off, and he gets off with us and knocks at the door. And he knocks, and then my stepdad answers, and he's like, what happened? And my stepdad he's always been like really strict. He's cool, but he's very strict, and he speaks English, so he knows, what the cop's saying. My mom doesn't really speak English. So the cop's like, I found them jaywalking. And my stepdad just looks at it like, really, guys? Like, are you serious? So I'm just staring at him like, you didn't catch me doing nothing, but whatever. So I literally just go inside the house, because he's like, get inside. So we go inside the house. My brother's inside, and we're like standing right at the door as my mother approaches us. And my stepdad, my mom, and my brother and I, we're standing right at the door. And the cop's like, they were jaywalking. This little boy has a loud mouth, and this little girl, she's a smart ass. And I was like, how am I a smart ass? And then I was like, I didn't even do anything. And then he's like, you see how you respond to me? That's being a smart ass. And I'm like, but I didn't do anything. My brother was the one that said something, and we just laughed. And he's like, that's why. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I was literally standing like this, like just my arms crossed, and then he's like, and the way you're standing, like, I guess, I don't know if that cop was having a bad day or what was going on in his life, but he's like, and you know what? And standing like that with an attitude isn't going to get you through high school. Someday somebody's going to beat you up for having an attitude. And I was like, what is he talking about? Like, I was so lost at this point. I'm like, why? Like, why are you telling me this? He's like, and you know what? I'm going to take all your information, and I'm going to check your grades at school and your record. And if you have a bad record, I'm going to come back for both of you. And I was like, check it. I was a good girl, so I'm like, check it. I don't have nothing to hide. And then he's like, okay. So then he's like I'm supposed to be doing other stuff, and I'm here giving you guys life lessons. This is not right. And I'm like, then why are you doing it? Like, I obviously I didn't tell him that, but I was like, in my mind I was like, then why is he here? Like, leave. But anyways, my stepdad, he's like, yeah guys, like, you guys gotta listen. And you know, he was trying to be cool in front of the cop, and I was like, sure, whatever. So yeah, basically the cop, after that, he left, and he never came back, thank God. So I knew my mom was so scared. She's like, what happened, what was he saying? So then I translated, and then she's like, you guys are grounded and this and that. But you know, as we get away with it. So you know, we were outside hanging out the next day, so it wasn't bad. But yeah, that was my first encounter with the police. That was very scary. But yeah, if you really enjoy this story, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and like my video. If you guys want to hear more about this, if you guys want to see me do my makeup, I did try doing it today, but like I said, my phone went out and it said that it was too hot. It has done that like 3 times already. I think I'm messing up my phone by doing this, but oh well, I like it, so my phone has to deal with it. And since I don't have like a regular you know, camera, which they're very expensive, I don't have time for that, so I just rather do it with my phone. So yeah, love you guys.